Good morning, people. How are you? It's not often I am live in the morning. I'm still got my pajama top on. Hope you're all doing well. Welcome to the live preview Aston Villa tomorrow. We're going to be talking all things about what Eddie Howe said in his press conference yesterday. Have a little look at Aston Villa, and we also try and predict the start 11 that Eddie Howe is going to go with. So if you are new around Newcastle United content across YouTube and you've just found us, please smash the like video. Consider even subscribing. You never know. You might like my stuff. So welcome to the latest video here on NFTV, and welcome to our members who are watching, of course. We've got loads of them. They get exclusive content each. Well, they get about up to 10 exclusive videos every month, which is class. And of course, if you want to follow us on the socials or see our website, it is newcastlefanstv.com everywhere, which is the website link. But we do have to start because we are sponsored by OneFootball. Sam, what are you doing?
I'm just checking through all my football apps just to get some of the latest news.
Well, you don't need to. You need the OneFootball app. The OneFootball app sponsors Newcastle Fans TV, and it has all of the latest breaking news, putting loads of articles together. Even Steve Bruce is on there when he's been announced as West Brom manager recently. It's all up to date. The best thing about the app, it pings when there's breaking news. You need it, Sam. Get downloading the OneFootball app. The link is in the description for that.
I'm downloading it now.
And he has downloaded it, and Sam is obsessed now with the OneFootball app. He doesn't shut up about it all the time. I've told him about the pinging at the top of the application where it pings all the messages, so he's loving it. But yeah, the OneFootball app, please download it. It helps us out. It'll help you out as well with all of the news. But yeah, as I say, welcome everybody. We're going to crack on and talk about what Eddie Howe said in his press conference first, and then we're going to use the Square Sheen facility a little bit later. And hopefully we're not live too long because I've got to rush off to work. It is early in the morning, as I say. But Eddie Howe has said about Chris Wood. Now, Chris Wood hasn't scored yet, but Eddie Howe's gone on to say he'll want that goal, but it's not lost on me that the difference is made to that front line. There's been a lot of passes that he's had no right to either get a touch on or just knock a defender, which means we're able to spend longer in their half. So he's appreciating the dog work that Chris Wood is bringing. Now, we know Callum Wilson's injured. We know that Callum Wilson can stretch the defence, whereas Wood's quite static, but he'll bring the ball down and he'll hold the ball up for midfielders to get in and also can flick on as well. So I think you've got to play to your strengths and got to get more service. Now, the atmosphere, as we all know, against Everton was sensational. We've done the videos outside St. James Park the other night. My God, that's the best atmosphere in a long, long time. Best this season by a mile. And Eddie Howe has obviously picked that up. And he said, I have the compliment the supporters and what they've given the team from day one. In some really difficult moments, they've always backed the players from the start to the finish and created some memorable moments for me personally. Hopefully, many more to come. I mean, the atmosphere the other night was just, oh man, it was absolutely sensational. Absolutely incredible. And also, speaking of incredible, he had a great second half, Alan St. Maximin. Eddie Howe's talked about him in his press conference yesterday, and he said 100% he can get in that France squad as a Newcastle player. And that was a key bit there, as a Newcastle player. Not a Liverpool player or a Spurs or a Man United or an Arsenal or a Chelsea or whatever. He's got something in his locker. His endeavour, his work rate and attitude is very good. If he hits that consistently, what a player he could be. And that's the key with Alan St. Maximin, is the consistency, because he's had a little bit of dip in form, but then he brings out something sensational, which he was in the second half. So for him, I always said if he was to get a big top club, he's got to get 10 goals, 10 assists each season for me. And this season he seems to be having better numbers, and we've still got just under half the season left. So we need more of them, please. And speaking of more of them, obviously we had a video that went viral on Twitter. It's got over 70,000 views about Guimarães' back heel, which is right in front of me when I was at St. James Park. Will he start against Aston Villa? More on that very shortly. But Eddie Howe confirms that Bruno Guimarães is in contention to start on Sunday. He didn't exactly say those words, but he did say that he's got great competition in midfield. Joe Litton, John Joe Shelby, and Joe Willock had fantastic games last time out. Will he change that? That's the risk you run, because all of those lads are playing for their position, and it's what you want as a football club. You want people playing really, really well. And of course, Eddie Howe went on to say about the consistency, of course, is key. The consistency of results is key. What we can't do is get too high after wins and get too low after defeats. We've got to be calm and focused on the next match. Football can change very quickly. We have to focus and be competitive as we have been. So obviously Newcastle are, I'm going to say 5 games because I'm taking that friendly in Saudi Arabia. I'm taking that 3 wins from 3. I'm having it in 5 in total. Look, people who are not Toon fans, it's 4 really, but I just want to exaggerate a little bit because we didn't get that moment, man. We didn't get many moments like this where we're unbeaten in a few games. And of course, Aston Villa, which will come on to shortly, have an awful record at St. James's Park. We'll talk about them in a second. But we kind of had I wouldn't say it's an injury crisis because Kieran Trippier may be out playing at right back. He might not feature against Aston Villa. But, of course, Matt Targett, who had a good debut last time out, can't play against these parent clubs. So who will play left back? Let us know in the comments. But anyhow, as said, Dan Burn is a good option for us. And it's great that we've got a couple of options in that position. Manquillo has done very well at left back. He came on against Leeds and made a huge impact. And he did. Manquillo was sensational when we were down Ellen Road. He was absolutely phenomenal. Changed the game for me because Dummett was getting skimmed by Rafinha over and over again. So you could play Paul Dummett there. You could play Dan Burn there. So there's a couple of options there with Targett being out. So, of course, there's no Jamal Lewis because he hasn't been named in the 25-man squad. So, again, who starts at left back? I'm going to do predicted 11 very shortly. And that story what was going around, and we posted this on the socials about Dubravka heading out to be number 2 and Dean Henson coming in to be number 1. I like how Eddie Howe just dismissed it yesterday. I love that. Eddie Howe reports that Newcastle offered Martin Dubravka on deadline day to Man United. And he turned around and said there was absolutely no truth in Dubravka being offered to Manchester United from our side. So it obviously came from Manchester Evening News. So maybe they've had a source. Maybe they've got it totally wrong. Possibly. But it wouldn't make sense for Dubravka to go to Man United and sit on the bench. Obviously, it would make sense for Dean Henson to come in because he'll get first team football. And obviously, there's a World Cup, which is in December this year, bizarrely. And we'll not talk about fraud and politics with Qatar, but that will save that for another day. But we'll do a screen share facility. Let's put this full screen so you can see this. That Kieran Trippier could miss. I've just been talking about this with a calf injury, and obviously Chris Woff has headlined this, which was on Friday yesterday. So obviously he could be missing because he's got an injury. So he did come off, of course, against Everton. So hopefully he's fit because Eddie Howe's gone out and say we don't think it's a long-term injury, but we'll have to make a late call for this game. He's been so important for us. He was outstanding against Everton. It would be a big blow to lose him, but we'll see. And without a shadow of a doubt, he will be a massive loss if he doesn't make it, because then you're probably going to have to switch Manquillo right back and probably play Dan Burn at left back, or you bring in Kraft. No thanks. But that's probably your 2 options. We're going to come back to the start 11 in a second, but I want to move on to where the current everybody is when I say everybody in the Premier League. Well, obviously, we're playing Aston Villa, who are sitting in mid-table here. 22 played, 8 wins, 3 draws, 11 losses. They've actually lost more games in Newcastle, believe it or not, because we've only lost the 10. Mind you, we've only won 3. So we're just hovering outside of the relegation zone. Aston Villa, they're not going to get Europe. They're too far away. 36 points from 7th place. That's not going to happen. 10 points. I don't think they'll get dragged. The 10 points away from safety. I think they're going to come to be finished in mid-table. We'll take a look at Villa's result, because if you look at here, there's a lot of losses. I know Gerrard came in. There's a bit of a bounce here, you can see. But even recently, they've only got 1 win out of 6. So they're not in great form. I know it was a win against Everton who are struggling. We beat Everton pretty much comprehensively. So, as I say, Aston Villa don't have the greatest record at St. James's Park. So, but then again, records are there to be broken, which, of course, we didn't want this Sunday afternoon, which all the videos will be coming afterwards as well. So we're going to see is all for them, of course, as well. It's interesting. We're going to switch to whoscored.com and for the predicted 11 on here. And I want to focus more on Villa, not Newcastle, on this. If we take a look at here, this is the Aston Villa side. It will be Martinez and goal. Digne, obviously, he came in because Matt Targett came to us. Tyrone Mings. Now, I think Tyrone Mings has got to be get at. Joe Litton's got the better of him the last couple of years. I don't think Joe Litton will play further up, but they reckon Chambers will come in because of Konsa being out. Matty Cash, McGinn, Louise Sanson, Jacob Ramsey. I do rate. He's looking really promising, the young lad. Getting goals now as well. Watkins, or will it be Ings to play up top? They think Watkins and Coutinho. I watched their game the other day, and that when he turned and put that assist through for Ramsey to go and score, it was fantastic, absolutely brilliant. We'll take a look at the injury news. You can see Newcastle's there, but we're not talking about them as such. We're talking about Villa at the minute. So a fantastic name. Marvelous Nakamba's out injured. Bertrand Traore came back from the African Cup of Nations injured. Konsa suspended. Leon Bailey's doubtful. And Buendia is also doubtful as well. And you've got some more team news here and stats and what have you. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see if Danny Ings comes in. He scored, of course, if you remember, when we all down at Villa Park, he scored that wonder goal, the bicycle kick on a horrible day at Villa Park. And loads were down there from the channel. There was me, there was Carl, there was Carl's brother, there was Sam, there was Johnny. There was, have I missed anybody off? I probably have missed somebody off. They're going to kill us for not mentioning them. But there was loads that were down there. But yeah, that was a horrible 2-0 defeat in Villa Park. We start the season shockingly under Steve Bruce. Absolutely shocking. But the fun bit I want to begin with next for you is trying to predict the starting 11. Let's get this full screen for you. So this is what I think Eddie Howe will go with. Must stress, this is not the team that I want. This is the team I think Eddie Howe will go with. I think it's going to be Martin Dubravka, as we say in this video. He was heavily linked. We're going to go on the assumption that Kieran Trippier doesn't make it. So I think if he doesn't make it, I think it will be Manquillo at right back. If Trippier makes it, I think Manquillo will start at left back. With me so far? Okay, but we're going under the assumption that Trippier doesn't make it. I think it will be Jamal Lascelles, who had a much better game. Great to see him because he's been under a lot of stick this season from me and the rest of the fan base as well, including the rest of the lads as well. Fabian Schär looks like a player reborn a little bit under Eddie Howe. So his players could have been under risk with the arrival of Dan Burn, but Fabian Schär, the past few games, has been at his best. So great to see because I loved him in the first season. I called him the beautiful, elegant man and what have you. But I think it will be Dan Burn will come in at left back. That's how I think Newcastle will line up. Assuming, as I say, Trippier doesn't make it. If Trippier makes it, Manquillo will play left back. So am I wrong? Tell me what yous are thinking in the comments. Please let me know. So I've got 10 minutes. I've got to shoot off to work, so we'll have to be quick. But yeah, that's the team that I think the back line will be. And then you've got the midfield. I think you look at, I think John Joselby will continue to play midfield. Again, he's another one who's picked up a much better form since the change of management. He's not the only one. I talked about Fabian Schär. Ryan Fraser's another one as well. He didn't want to criticize. He tried not to criticize Steve Bruce in an interview very recently as well. I think Joe Litton should be okay. Where's he gone? Where's Joe Litton gone? There he is. I think Joe Litton should be fine. Continue. But who plays in the other role? That's the interesting one. Because do you go with Bruno Guimaraes? Did I say that right? I didn't say that right. Bruno Guimaraes. Or do you go with Joe Willock? I would personally like to say Bruno. But I don't think he will. I think Bruno Guimaraes will play more minutes coming off the bench. But I don't think he will change that midfield. I think it will be Joe Willock. Again, he had a much better game. He's been under criticism this season as well. I think it will be Willock. And I think Guimaraes will probably get longer coming off the bench, maybe 20 minutes, maybe half an hour. So I love to be wrong, but this is the team I think Howe will go with. Again, we've already talked about Chris Wood a little bit earlier on in the video. I think he will start up front. There's not going to be a massive change of that. I think it will be Wood. And then I can't really see too much change in Ryan Fraser, as I say. Looks a lot more up for it as a Newcastle player playing in the winger's position, funny enough, not set midfield. And then, of course, you've got Alan St. Maximum, who was, especially second half, was absolutely fantastic, sensational. So that's the team that I think Howe will go with. Personally, for me, I would like to say Bruno Guimaraes come in as set midfield. Other than that, barring the injuries at the back, you'll obviously want Trippier to make it. But if not, I think that'll be your team. And I can't really have too much argument. Probably I would have dropped Lascelles, but because he had an outstanding game last time out, and I don't often say that, I think that'll be my team that I would go with against Aston Villa. And of course, how I expect the game to go, I expect probably possession to be fairly even, to be honest with you. I think it'll be probably 50-50. It's all about taking the chances, I feel, who will win this game, because Villa under Gerrard are a little bit hit and miss. We've seen with the form guide there. But I think it's, we've got a great record at St. James Park against the Villa. And of course, if you want to see more of Newcastle Fans TV, of course, we've got the website, which is up there, which tells you everything about us as well. So if you want to have a look at that, you can message us as well, meet the team, all of that as well. Contact us if you want to reach out to us, and you can see all the guests who have appeared on NFTV. Some massive names there. So yeah, have a look at that. Deck's been on. But yeah, there's tons. Have a look at it. NewcastleFansTV.com. And that's a preview for you. So if you can help us out, as I say, if you can smash that like button, that'd be absolutely wonderful. I've got to head off to work now, so I've got some lovely media work to do. So what time is it? Right. So I've got a few minutes left. But yeah, if you can smash that like button, that'd be absolutely wonderful. We'll see us all for the game tomorrow. Fingers crossed. Obviously, the lads are going to be on the watch along. And there'll be me and Johnny definitely on camera. I'm not sure if Harry's there. He didn't say he was coming. Adam and Josh will be there, but they don't come on camera. So it'll probably be me and Johnny more than likely as well for tomorrow with the videos. And stay tuned for obviously the live videos, because the lads will be on that as well. But see you later, everyone. Have a great weekend. And as I said, and hopefully more results go our way today, because obviously it's Saturday. See you later, everyone. Bye-bye.